Hello, I'm Wendy and this is Summer Bay Studio. Today I'm going to be working in my little glue book again, and I thought I would do kind of a holiday winter Christmas theme on these pages. It's actually coming along really well and I'm loving it. So I thought I would start with this, and I'm going to do this music background. So this is from an old hymn book. It's Joy to the World by George F. Handel. I can't rightly say when he wrote it, but it's been a few hundred years. So it kind of tells you something about good music if it lasts that long. But first I'm going to just take this white edge off because it kind of is too much. Just leave a little bit. You can see I've got glitter all over here. I might as well take this one down as well. Try not to get glitter on other things. I'm always really careful with it because it does tend to get everywhere, and I don't want it going into our water system. So I'm going to just tear this and use it for both pages. So it'll go like this. And I'm first going to put this down, and then I'm going to do a little bit of painting kind of over it and around it, and we'll see what happens. Oh, I think we could use more light here. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn that one on. I love having music or old book pages in the background because I don't know, it just looks really great. Okay, now those things they're still damp, but that's okay because I'm going to put some more dampness on top. Now I've got glue all over my fingers, which doesn't help. I've also pulled out a bunch of pictures that I'm thinking of using, but first I want to do some painting, and I'm going to, I think, let me see, pick a brush here. I'll use this brush. So first I've just dampened it, and I'm going to put the paint directly on the paper and just see how far it goes. Because I want it to kind of, some of it to go on top of and some to have this paper go, the music show through. Just kind of like this, a little bit on the sheer side. I'm not looking to make it really opaque. And if you haven't tried painting as a background for your glue books, give it a try. You can use just regular craft paint if you want, like, let me grab one here, like these ones, which are inexpensive to buy anywhere. You don't need to get artist paints for this, although art paints are a little bit thicker and have more intense pigment in them, so it's up to you. But, you know, depending on how you want to paint, you can use it any way you like. And in this case, I could add more water, but because I'm using it on paper that's not really water resistant, it's just, you know, you can see it buckling already. I don't want to really put a lot more water on this paper, and I'm letting George Handel's name shine through. He was very accomplished, but he was sponsored. Did you know that? In those days, in the 1700s, I guess it is, the aristocracy liked to have their own composers basically on staff. And if you got one of those peachy jobs, you could just compose and write music. And so a lot of these prolific people who produced so much were actually sponsored by the aristocracy. Okay, I'm going to let this dry and then move on to doing some gluing. All right, my pages are dry, which is great. I found some pictures I want to use to do this collage. I really like this one. It's more winter than Christmas, but that's okay. The only thing is it's got a lot of white space around it, so I'm just going to trim it so that it's a little more shaped and get rid of some of this paper that isn't really doing anything for the picture. And then it'll fit on the page better. I found this in, I forget where it was. I get old books and old magazines, and magazines aren't quite as useful as old books, but what I've done is when I've been traveling or on holidays or whatever, I try to find illustrated books, and some of them are great and some of them aren't, and you kind of have to look at it with an eye to, can I cut out and use anything here? And this book, whatever it was, turned out to be a good one. So I don't really like that straight edge on the top there though, so let's just make it a not straight edge. I like that better, and I think I'll put that one right there. So this is kind of our theme. It's either there or here. Actually, I like it here better because then it's looking into the picture rather than out. I want to put this here, I think, but I'm wondering if I should just kind of place some things first before I start putting too much down. Yeah, like I like this, but not next to that, for example. Isn't she cute? Actually, she'd look cute here beside the tree. And then I've got these little evergreen sprigs. I think that might work. Okay, but first I've got this tree that I cut out with my CRICUT machine, and I don't know if the blade is getting dull or what, but it caught a little bit. You know what I need to do here though? I need a piece of scrap paper. This is one of my test papers where I try things. And I'm going to use my glue stick on this because it's all little ragged things here. So this is my glue stick. It's the, I think it's from Korea. It's actually from Korea by way of Vancouver because that's where I bought it. But I'm taking it right off the edges here so that I can get all those little points. It's very sticky glue, which is great because sometimes I find with glue sticks they're not very sticky. And then we just press that really well into place. And there's my little girl. Yeah, I think I like her there. But you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of distressing. And I'm going to use this walnut stain. I like the dark brown. Now I haven't done that on everything, but these ones I created with a little white edge on them because there's a whole bunch in the collection that's so tiny that if I hadn't put an edge on them, there'd be nothing to hang on to because like little skinny branches would just tear. So that's no good. There's always something to be thankful for. So, and I'm thankful to be able to make videos like this. Thankful that my kids are healthy. I'm thankful that my husband comes home from work every day, fine and dandy. And like I said, lots to be thankful for. I like that there. That really kind of blends in well, doesn't it? And we get a little bit of glue squish, which is kind of normal. Put the lid back on here. Okay, I want this Joy to the World to show. Now, I'm not sure about these little sprigs. I do like that, and I do like this. What else would work here? That's a cute little thing, and This is quite fancy, but I don't know. It seems a little bit big for the spot. And then I've got a Father Christmas, but now he's got no room, so he'll have to wait for another time. And oh wait, I've got some birds. I like this bird better than this one. And some gold stars. This is nice. I think it kind of works like that, doesn't it? And maybe that bird there, I'm really not sure. But I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to distress its edges as well, just for fun. So speaking of Christmas, the only shopping I've done so far, I did in September, because I was on Vancouver Island and in this really cool store. And I saw something that, and I do this with especially my oldest daughter. It's like, if I see something I think she'll like, I better grab it, because she's kind of particular. She has defined tastes, let's say. So I bought it in September, put it away. Other than that, I have to talk to my other daughter and see what she wants. Her birthday is in December, so we have to do birthday first, and she said she wants gift cards, so I got to find out what kind she wants. And then her two little kids, toys are always acceptable. However, if you're not living with little kids, it's hard to know what the current popular ones are. So a few years ago, like the baby doll that you can dress in pretty clothes was perfect for my little granddaughter, and then last year it was out. My daughter said, nope, she's done with that. Don't buy her any more of those clothes. I'm like, okay, fine. She wants Barbies now. So that's what she got for Christmas. That looks good, like that. And again, we've got a little bit of glue squish here. I put some other glue in my bottle there, and it was so thick it wouldn't come out, so I added a little bit of water, and now it's so thin. I'm gonna have to, go back in and fix that issue. Okay, where to now? I kind of like that right there, actually. And this is what I mean about putting the white edge around it, because these are just such tiny twigs, you can't really cut them. And I did cut this with my CRICUT machine, so it's it made it possible. And I could have used sticker paper, and sometimes I do, but these ones I just cut on paper. I think next time I do some, I'll cut them with sticker paper, and then you can just peel the back off and away you go. There, that just gives a little bit of a touch. On this one too, I think I need to use the glue stick for the same reason, because it's got so many little tiny branches and points and stems and whatnot. And I want to make sure to get them all. So, there we go. There, I think that looks pretty good. All right, now this side. Should I distress this or not? Nope, I think it looks good with the gold. With the gold in the background. Okay. I do like this here. I wouldn't mind having a bit more color. Let's see. There's that bird. The mittens, not so much. Let's see. I like these little music things, but maybe that's overkill. I've got this word. I think that works. And that's too much. And I already have a tree, so do I want, it doesn't make sense to have another one. This is pretty, but I don't think I need it. I think what I'll do is put this here, and that'll be about it, because it just kind of works that way. And I'm going to distress this one as well, because just so that it doesn't have so much bright white. So this is what you can do if you've got white around them and you don't really want that. All you got to do is distress the edges and off it goes. So I was watching Escape to the Country on YouTube the other night, which is a British show. And I like it because I like home decor things, and I like to be able to see what houses look like, you know. And some of these houses, I'm like, that, you know, how did they even decide? Because, you know, the one I watched last night was this gal was looking for a whole bunch of things in a house, and they found 2 that were perfect, and she was so excited. And then she was able to, I guess she bought it, because at the end they don't always tell you. She had booked a second viewing of this one that had been an old schoolhouse. Yeah, I think it was an old schoolhouse that had been converted. But the style of decor is so different there from here in North America. That looks good. Now, do I distress this or not? I think it needs a little something. So I'll just do some of the edges. Anyway, she was going to put a clinic in her house, and she wanted an art studio, and I'm thinking, I want that house. Had a beautiful view out the back of the countryside. There were, you know, cattle and horses in a field behind the house, and it was close to a village, which is, you know, it's handy. Yeah, I like that. Let's cover this up. Find a clean corner here and put this down. Try not to tear it because of the strength of the glue. And try not to have it on my fingers. Did I get all those spaces? I think so. I think we're good. There. Okay, now I've got a couple of stars here that I could add to the mix. I think I like that. Or I could put one there and one here. No, I like this. I like this showing. There is such a thing as overkill, but kind of not, because how much design is too much? This is, I mean, the purpose of a glue book is just to do something fun anyway. Let's just pop that in there. And I didn't put the distressing on the edges of these, even though they have the white edge, just because the white makes them pop a little more. There. I think I like that. And got some of these. I think that's probably enough. Please subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you can get the notifications when I have a new video. And also click the like button, because that tells other people that this is a likable video, and I'll see you next time.